I am Ethereal Awakening. Welcome to my channel. I'm doing a reading today, collective energy on failure. Spirit prompted me today to speak on failure. Actually, to begin, I did look up the definition. It was very interesting. The first definition, lack of success. Now, success is going to vary from person to person. So you will feel failure when you come from a lack of success. Keyword in that sentence is not success, it's lack. When you feel that you are lacking, you feel unsuccessful. And that brings about failure. So lack and failure is what the emphasis should be on. Is when you have a mentality of lack, you will feel failure. Now, this is the really interesting thing. The second definition, or the omission of expected or required action. The omission of expected or required action is a failure. So that definition squarely puts the failure on you've omitted expected or required action. So my big question from these definitions for anyone who feels in a cycle of failure or in the lack mentality that will bring you into a shame and guilt-ridden energy of failure is what was omitted? What required or expected action was omitted? There is a lesson there. Failure is not the destination. Who wants to go out with their hopes and their dreams and fail? So if failure was if that was your desired outcome, was failure, then bravo. I mean, you've done it. Woo! But I don't know anyone who likes to sit in a energy of failure. So the key being, successful people don't stop when they fail. They keep going. Despite failure. The failure is a marker. I omitted some sort of required action or expected action. So now I'm going to turn around, reflect on what was omitted, and keep going in the desired outcome that I wanted. So that was my first little thoughts on it. I'm going to pull some cards. I've actually got out my Colt bicycle deck. I love these cards. They are so woe-begotten, but they've got my energy through them so well. These cards have been with me through a huge portion of my awakening. So I think I'm going to clarify with those. And I'll start with my Morgan Greer. See what Spirit wants to add to my thoughts, my channeled methods. Now I'm channeling Elmer Fudd. Isn't that fun? Spirit, what message would you like the collective to hear on the topic of failure? Spirit, please guide me to a message. First card out, the Queen of Rods. The Queen of Rods is a very, very warm, very passionate, very heated, very go get 'em kind of a queen energy. Her creative endeavors are are based and aligned with that sense of motivation and drive that comes from your belly. So no matter what the queen does, win, lose, or draw, she doesn't fail. That's for certain. The Fool. So again, this is, why does the Queen of Wands not fail? Because each failure is a new beginning, a new opportunity to come at things with a new perspective. Oh, I did this wrong, or I did this wrong. If I tweak this and keep going, I will reach my desired outcome, my desired energy that I want to be in. If you want to have success financially, if you want to have the relationship of your dreams, if you want to have a home that's all of the things that you see in the Hallmark movies, if you want to, you know, ascend in your spiritual practices, you drive yourself, try to get these in the frame, you drive yourself with that passion and motivation from your belly, and despite falling, you keep going. Oh, other finger. You keep going. There's that, the queen will always have that full energy because she understands that it's got to be that way. It has to be with childlike wonder. I keep going. Temperance. Temperance energy is recognizing that there is a force out there that's greater than us. It is us, though. That the drive. Let me see if I can. There we go. The drive that we feel in us, created with Queen of Wands energy and Fool energy, comes with understanding that good things take time and divine intervention and a power greater than you, but working with that power and understanding that as long as I'm driving forward with the understanding that I am not alone and that my actions and my intentions do impact everyone, not just planetarily. You know, it's not just planetary. This is big moves. This is outside of the universe kind of moves that we kind of don't understand, and that's why there are so many spiritual guidance people coming out right now, is because so many of us are starting to kind of get it, and we want to help others who are trying to come along with us. This is evolution. This energy here is understanding that you may not understand, but that being loving, caring, kind, and willing to believe in things that you can't see is all part of it. And possibly seeing things from a different perspective, right along with temperance. Spirits, right along in this reading with me. The Hanged Man is there because he knows that there's something to be learned in this situation. There's an understanding that the way I was seeing things was not getting me anywhere, was not getting me my desired outcome. So I will sit in this position patiently while things are tempered beyond what I can see with the Temperance card there, until they become clearer, until things are manifested, until an understanding that sits in my gut like the fire that motivates me to keep going. This is like crazy spirit right here in this reading with me. I mean, this is your heart looking at things from a different perspective, believing in things that are unseen, understanding that patience is required, a different perspective is required, right in the heart space, right where it needs to be, to understand that failure is what gets you that gut feeling that I need to keep going. I got to keep going because The queen doesn't fail. She wouldn't be a queen if she did. But yet, that doesn't mean that things don't, always go right for her. But even though they don't, the leap into the direction that we need to go, continuing going, keep going, is the big pull. Disillusionment. This is, the Seven of Cups is, it can be choices too. This doesn't always have to be, someone, with hands in multiple cookie jars. This is also recognizing, to me, this is recognized, because if you see, all these cups are up in the clouds. These all can be manifested. How do you manifest everything that your heart dreams of? By tempering your emotions, being patient, looking at things from a different perspective, finding what drives you, what puts that fire in your belly, that creative juice that gets flowing, and keep going. Keep going. One of my favorite songs is Lateralis by Tool. Keep going, spiral out. Keep going, spiral out. Don't let anything stop you. Like multiple failures, multiple choices, not seeming like you have the way to go. Because the offer to yourself that you and everything you want and wish and desire can be achievable through hard work to figure out who you are. The pentacle that the Page of Pentacles is holding, right, is that physical offering to yourself of the world is an oyster. Recognizing it as that beautiful oyster that is there for you, because nothing worth it comes easy. So all those failures, looking at those failures as the accomplishment when you finally reach your goal. You've had that thing, that drive, that, the creative juices have been flowing. You kept going. You restarted over and over and over because you understood, I had to look at this from a different perspective. There are things that are going on behind the scenes that I cannot see, but they exist. They're there. God is there. And you manifest through a very slow and tedious process the wishes and wants of your dreams better than you could have ever imagined. That's what this is. This is manifesting into your reality everything you wanted better than you could imagine. But that the Fool is the zero. Another one of my favorite songs just popped into my head is Absolute Zero by Stone Sour. You're looking at an absolute zero. Well, that's not a bad position to be. I'm not the devil, but I won't be your hero. It's looking at each failure as an opportunity to keep going. If you haven't reached your desired outcome, then then you're not there yet. Turn around. Look at what you thought was a failure. Tweak and continue. Tweak and continue. I'm going to go ahead and clarify a little bit with my trusty bicycle deck here. Spirit, I'd like to clarify on this. Alright. Thank you. The Queen of Rods and the Fool, the Three of Pentacles. Recognizing that you're going to have to probably work with other people. You're going to want to work with other people. We're communal beings. So that also being a drive. That you have something worth gathering people together and working together with them on. This is worth it. Keep going. Temperance in the Hangman is the Nine of Swords. There is a lot of anxiety and sleepless nights that will come from sitting in the 3D going, well, I'm not seeing anything happening. I keep failing. You know, that energy, not looking at your failures as opportunities to tweak and keep going, leaves you in a lot of anxiety. And then you'll never get to the point where you'll constantly be sitting in a pool of, I keep failing, I'll never win. And look at, the failures will just run through your head as regret, remorse, shame, blame, guilt. So relieving the anxiety will come when you recognize that the things that are unseen and looking at things from a different perspective are what it needs to be tweaked. Removes this. It removes that anxiety. And then the Seven of Cups and the Page of Pentacles, the Nine of Pentacles. There's independent freedom. There's physical freedom. Boy, this outcome that I just pulled is essential here to the whole reading. Because what we're seeing in this is recognizing that there are things, recognizing that the failures that you have accumulated are the thing that's the physical thing needed to recognize all your wishes. Because each pentacle, each failure is an opportunity to be completely independent and feel fulfilled on a very spiritual, very wholesome, very whole sense. It's that energy of, in the Morgan Greer deck, the Nine of Pentacles, the lady has the falcon on her hand. And for me, that is that faith that I have done such a good job. This falcon will go and retrieve and come right back to me. I have set the burden free, bird, and it will come back to me if it's a burden. If it's a bird and it comes back to me, then it brings me the pentacle. I need to build that beautiful necklace that she wears. This whole reading is looking at things from a different perspective, recognizing that there is energy out there that is on your side. Be on your own side. Recognizing that your head is telling you lies. Anxiety, sleepless nights, blame, shame, guilt, remorse, lies. Relieve yourself of the lies by recognizing that God's working for you and that you just have to see that. You have to recognize that. Have faith in that. That will relieve these, turning the Nine of Swords into the Nine of Pentacles. I mean, just like that. Boom. You went from 9 swords to 9 pentacles by simply looking at things from a different perspective and recognizing that God's working for you. And then you get this current energy of, I have something worth. Oh, she's a queen. She has a kingdom to reign over. Whatever it is that she's doing is worth it. She's got that fire in her belly that keeps driving her and keeps motivating her, and she still gets what she needs and she wants through that passionate drive. Because she keeps going. It's each loss being an opportunity to learn and grow. And the Three of Pentacles, because I have something worth sharing. You have to be worth sharing to yourself first. Big message there. So that's all I've got. Your failures are actually blessings in disguise. Failures are opportunity to tweak what you're doing, but keep going so long as you're aligned with a higher purpose and serving the greater good. Because he who dies with the most toys wins is really not an evolutionary mindset. The evolutionary mindset is there is enough for everyone, and happiness and fulfillment is absolutely possible when you align with the faith that we all believe we can have.